Okay, guys, today we are going to look at agencies in the IPERC management system. So we are here at our admin portal, and here's a button that says agencies, and we can just click on this. Once you are in the agency institutions function, here are two major parts. One is institutions, and the other is counselors. So we can look at agency institutions. The first thing we're going to look at is how to create one. So we are going to create a new agency institution by clicking this button. So now we're creating an agency institution. You can select the country and region. There's global, there's India, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, USA, wherever this agency is based off of, we can create that. And then here are agency types. There are either large agencies, medium individual agencies, or they can be our training center, language training center, or sending university or sending high school. Sending just means that they are sending students to us to participate either in our programs, taking our classes, or they want to go through IPERC to apply to colleges. So that's what sending means. They are all agency institutions. Okay, the next part, we put in the agency's name. Right below that, we have a tier. So we have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. That's the different importance of the agency. Tier 1 is normal, tier 2 is important, and tier 3 is very important. So tier 3, 2, and 1, they are the importance of this agency and how often you should follow up with them. And then notes, they are the internal note. You can type anything that you want to talk about this agency institution, anything you think is worth making a note, you can put it here. And if you toggle this has divisions, some large agencies has divisions, and if you can put this on, and we'll have options to add divisions later. Right at the bottom, we can put in their address and their city, state, zip code, country. This is just where they're at and their physical address. And then we click create. So let's look at one agency we already created. So on the agency that you created as a salesman, or if you're a manager, all the agencies that you assign to your salesman or you created will be here. Okay, you can only see, if you're a salesman, you can only see your own agencies. If you're a manager, you can see your agencies and everybody you manages. Okay, under the name, there's agency name. We can always click on the agency name to see more details. So let's see what happens here. Once we are in this agency, this is the agency name, and this dot right here means if we are in a contract or not. So we have services, information, documents, and counselors. Services just means what type of service we do with them. Either they are agency, sending partner center, or explorer partner center, sending agency. We do secondary school or college application. You can always add a new service here. And here's a list of services we can have. Either they take RGA courses or direct application, and there are different status, okay? Proposed just means that you brought it up to the agency, and contracted actually means they have to sign the contract and they start sending students. And here's a start date and commission and notes. Once we click create, you can see a list of services right here. If you want to make any changes to the services, we can click this little pencil button and make any changes of this specific service. As you can see, if I change the status to contracted and update, you can see this dot becomes green because we actually have a service with this agency right now. Okay, and we can click information. That's just the information that you filled out. You can make any changes and update anything in this information. And the document part, it's just talking about all the documents agreement. You can upload a new file, any guide, any promotional material you can put in here and other material you want to upload related to this agency only. Each agency has a document part and you can upload the agreement or promotional material just for this one agency. Under counselors, you can see all the counselors for this agency. You can see all the counselors for this agency. You can see counselor 1, test counselor. Those are just, test counselors that we put in there. If you want to go into details, we will look at the second part of the agencies. You can click on counselors, and now we're in the counselor part. Okay, we were at agency institutions. Now we are in agency counselors. Similarly, you can see all the counselors that you are in charge of as a salesman. If you're a manager, you can see all the counselors you're in charge of, or the salesman you're in charge of. Okay, so this is a list of agency counselors. You can filter by country, region, or the creator or salesman on top in this gray bar right here. We can also create a agency counselor by clicking this blue button. You can fill out their email, their full name, phone number, WeChat, WhatsApp. You can all create here. If you are a salesman, you can only see your name. If you're a manager, you can see your own name or your salesman's name. Okay. And agency institution, you can add a new counselor to this agency, and then you will be in charge of this person. Once you submit, you can see the agency counselor, we can see right here. And you are in charge of this person, and they are from agency 1, that's the institution. And you can see their name, their email, and everything. One thing I want to point out is that if you are in charge of a counselor, for example, this test counselor has salesman of MacBell, which is this person that I'm using the account for. If you go to home, go to your dashboard, and you can see the sales connections. You can actually see all the agency counselor that you're in charge of under this connection. Okay, you can see the admin, regional manager, your manager, and your salesman. So this is the middle part, and this is yourself. And then you can see your manager, your regional manager, and to the right is the agency counselors that you are in charge of, that you need to follow up with. Okay, so today we talked about agencies, agency institutions, and counselors, and I'll see you next time.